Alright, everybody, welcome back to Street City Studio. I'm Baby John today, and it's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, and all that jazz. Happy May the 4th. In the spirit of May the 4th, I wanted to do some pictures or some setups like we do for some heroic Star Wars characters. I got a good handful of figures here that I thought don't get enough attention in my photography. Alright, and first up we got the Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And now, I know a lot of people didn't love that show, and I could definitely criticize certain parts of it, but I liked it for the most part. Even if it's just kind of as a what-if type of thing. Oh, I didn't notice that before. He's got a little fraying going on there. That's alright. Tuck it in for the photographs and stuff. And that's what I do. I'll try and make sure it's tucked back. It's a really nice figure, and I liked the look of the outfit. It seemed like something he'd be wearing out there in the desert. I suppose there's not much variety they could have gone with, right? Some tan tunics with a brown robe, but for the limited range, that's not bad. I liked it. And the figure really does it justice, right? And in earlier years of my life, the robes were really one of the things I didn't like about Star Wars figures, because they never quite sat right. But this one really does sit well. And so I like that about this figure a lot. This lighting's kind of goofy on him, but let me see if I can fix it. That's a little better, but probably not much. There. Pull that light back a little bit from him. That looks pretty good. And it does. The likeness is really nice. Let's see. If I get out of the light, I'm trying to bring him closer, but I shouldn't. Alright, next up we got Award Ceremony Luke. Now, personally, this is one of my favorite outfits for Luke. I really liked seeing it in the comics. I wish we would have seen it on screen for some action. I don't know what it is about this outfit. I like the jacket, I guess, but at the end of the movie, when he got this look, I thought, oh yeah, that's his new look. Right? Now that he's like, I don't want to say like a made man, but right, he's like a celebrity, a galactic celebrity now, and that's his kind of, right? That's his celebrity jacket. But we never really saw it again in the movies. He didn't really spend any time in it. But I always thought that was a missed opportunity. It was a really cool jacket. And like I said, I liked seeing it show up in the comics and stuff. So I wasn't the only one that was a fan of it, I'm sure. But it's definitely a nice look for Luke, I thought. Something about it just screams hero or something. Now, this one I think is very underrated, and this technically isn't just an off-the-shelf figure exactly, but I want to talk about it here, right? I've got the dirtied up, battle-damaged Din Djarin, but what I've done is I've given him one of my spare speeder bike Grogu's. And I don't know why I don't see this done more often. But he should have come with that anyways, right? But a dirtied up din with the satchel and Grogu in it, man, that's a great combo. You could take this anywhere out in the beach or for a walk, right? In the woods, take some pictures, right? That's the perfect combo right there, and it should have been a official release just like that, I think. But they gave us everything but every combination, but well, it's all right though. I ended up getting 2 of the speeder bikes, right? Because you need at least 2. So I had the extra Grogu left over because between the 2 of them, they only need the 1. But that's the perfect combo right there, and I can't sing its praise enough. I really enjoy that set, and I don't get them out and take pictures of them often enough. That's a great set. Oh, I'm kicking stuff. I think on that note too, I can't really decide on the, but I think I've probably said this in videos before, but I can't really decide on my Boba Fett, right? Which one is my favorite? And I can probably pull him back. He's in the way, right? You got the Morak Boba Fett here, and you got the Tatooine Boba Fett here. And they're almost identical, but the differences are there. There's enough of them. I'm trying to get this gun back in his hand. There we go. All right. And we've talked about it before, and lots of people have probably talked about it, I think. But this one has like the fingers are painted red instead of just all black hands. Right. This one has some battle damage on the helmet and armor, some little scratches and dings. The red insignia on the chest, right, is missing on this one. Some differences in the face too, but they're real subtle, right? This one's rocket, right? There we go. This rocket's right there. This rocket doesn't come off, right? This jetpack here takes the little thruster pieces, and I've said it before. It'll take you can pop this one off too, right? This one pops right off the missile here, and you can attach the bigger flames to the missile if you want. And that way it doesn't just fall down the hole, right? I kind of like that a lot, actually. But I think, ultimately, if I had to choose all this extra stuff with the backpack, and honestly, I prefer the skinny pants over these extra baggy MC Hammer looking pants. They did a good job on the baggy pants, especially cutting articulation in, because usually that can bind them up. But they did a good job cutting that in. But I think I like some of this weathering detail on his helmet, and just the added extras for that jetpack really make that difference there. But this really, he might be one of my favorite figures of all time. He's definitely in the top 5, top 10, right? But again, this combo here of Din Djarin and Grogu, that's probably in the top 10 too. Right? Alright, next up we got Chrysanthemum. Now, for Chrysanthemum, I really can't say enough about some of these accessories. He definitely came with the right accessories between his big old gun, right? That silly little fruit. I almost feel like that scene was made just so they had an accessory to give him. But it worked. It works, right? That big old mug. I like that mug. He seems like he probably spends a lot of time drinking, so that's probably a great accessory for him. But also, if I can get these little lightning pieces on, and that is I don't want to say complaint, but these things are tough to get on, and they look great once they're on. Let me see if the other fist. Oh, there we go. And that looks really cool. And again, you can have them just bare-fisted. Well, not bare-fisted, but you know what I mean. You can have them just spiky knuckles, or they can be charged up knuckles, right? And so we get a lot of figures where we might complain that there's not enough accessories, but he's a good example of good accessories, you know. 3 sets of hands, right? Holding things hands, holding bigger things hands, and the closed fists. You can't go wrong. I dropped one of these. Hold on here. There we go. That wasn't. Right there by my foot. Alright. And last up, I think I want to talk about this one right here. I know everybody gets real excited about that vintage collection Princess Leia, but I do not. I prefer the Legacy collection Leia with that extra pillow accessory, right? The swappable lower half. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why, right? People prefer the card art, the box art, the picture on the box. But I'm not a box collector. I'm a toy collector. And I'm an opener. So, right, if I'm taking pictures, that makes a really sharp picture. But if I want her to stand up, I can do that too, right? Let me open this up here. Pull her legs and her belt. Yeah, but not just that. She came with this little cup. She came with that spear or pike thing. She came with a robot part. Let me get her legs off there. There we go. And now I can never tell if it's the front of the belt or the back of the belt. It probably doesn't even matter except for some minor details. Oh, you gotta stand up. There we go. But I've got more options with this figure. And that's what I'm gonna go for every time. More options. Right? At least if they look good. If this pillow piece don't look good, if it looked like junk, but it looks good either way you do it. So I don't know how many that was, but these are definitely some of my favorite figures. They don't get enough attention. None of them, I think. I mean, especially, I know people love Black Series, so I don't want to bash on it, but I'm not a Black Series collector. And some of these figures, sometimes, when the chances that they make the figure you want are slim sometimes, and even some slimmer sometimes that they make it worth getting, right? I definitely skipped a few recently, like that Sabine Wren. I would have gotten it if it looked good, but that was a terrible looking figure, right? With that giant helmet and no accessories, even though it's coming in that extra box. I'm not paying extra for that. You can keep that figure. But I think that's about it for today, Let me see here. Give me this big old cup today. See if I can hold this mug. He's gonna drop it. Oh, he might. There we go. Alright, but like I was saying, happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Keep playing with them toys. I'll talk to you guys again real soon.